So, lately I've been on YouTube and I've been trying to look for some new people within the Black empowerment movement or the so-called Black empowerment movement. And I realized that there isn't really a lot of thorough black women or black female YouTubers who aren't just bloggers but can also run a business, a successful business in whatever they're teaching or promoting. There really isn't well, you do have your pro-black hair folks, but the thing is that they're not really breaking down white supremacy thoroughly. They're not, there's really a lack of, thorough black women on YouTube. And even though you can find a good bit of conscious sisters selling herbal tea and um, incense and, you know, body spray or whatever this shit, um, beyond the Hotep gimmicks, it's really nothing tangible. I'm seeing women really talk about wasting their time just talking about any kind of dumb shit from, sexuality, spirituality, um, nonsense of chakra realignment and, intangible shit. And the thing is that we're really in a position to where black folks need to be builders and they need to be having tangibles, and we don't need women, we shouldn't have women being the builders of our community. But the thing is that, while brothers are struggling or trying to build something, um you know women should be having something to do as well when it comes to at least regaining femininity through tangibles like learning how to cook, respectability, um, modesty, um, th- maybe they do need to be reevaluated and learning how to pick a good mate, um, how to take care of children, um, stuff like that. Rather than worrying about religion, I really feel like black folks, especially black women in the conscious community, worry too much about religion and, black woman god status and trying to uh, use, sex as a weapon to tame black men. And I really am tired of these. I wouldn't say they're a big problem, but the thing is that it's like dumb shit like that doesn't really need to be spread. I'm looking at random YouTubers, conscious Hotep sisters. Already talked about one, and she was, I think her name is Ayana. She has like an Indian name, but she's black. Um, Ayana, some shit. And she's infamous on YouTube for talking about polygamy. And I'm just kind of like scratching my head. Is that black men are in no point in economics, let alone a physical structure, to even entertain the idea of polygamy. Niggas already have a hard time keeping up with one girl, whether she's an official or not, or just some side piece. Entertaining this kind of notion that, oh well, women need to be sister wives because there's not enough men going around. And my thing is this: is like, really, how many sisters are like cat ladies? You know, I mean, I rarely know sisters who've been in like zero relationships because brothers are so hard to find. Where are these? You know, ironically, I never meet those type of women before. Like I never seen them or met them in real life. Those type of women who, well, I wouldn't say who try their hardest to be in a relationship yet, it fails. I rarely to really never see black women like that. So, you know, I, that bullshit to me needs to be debunked about not enough black men going around. I mean, yeah, to me that's bullshit. And a cop, that's really a cop out. But that's really a tangent for another episode or video, or whatever. And but continuing on, it's just like there's really a lack of black women when it comes to like talking about white supremacy, talking about racism. The thing is that we'll have black women who talk about that, but it's like under the perspective of black feminism. And when a lot of these black feminists are looking for minority allies, they're hoping to get Asian and Latina and other allies, and it's like we waste too much time trying to kind of black feminism is just waste too much time trying to befriend white women and being the butt slave to them, and then hoping that they'll have you know your back when issues happen. We see this at least like 4 times this year, with the incident with the girl in the bikini, with the pool party, and the girl in the bikini got slammed by the officer, and no white feminist outrage. You see the girl who got flipped over a desk by the officer, no white feminist outrage. And even now with the situation with the 13 women being raped, no white feminist outrage. Even though I have seen white feminists write about it, but then again, where is your Gloria Steinem? Where is she at? Where are all these other infamous um, white feminists? And even where are these mainstream black feminists? Where are these old head black feminists at either? Like Bell Hooks, Roxanne Gay, and where are they? But we see how really black feminism is just kind of, it's one of the two. It's either black women who really hate white women, and so they try to have lesbian bonds with other black women who have been used or abused. And then we have black intersectionalist feminists who try to align themselves with good whites and uh, minority allies. Usually black feminists fall within the two. Um, but back into a lot of the conscious rhetoric I hear on YouTube. I really don't see a lot of thorough sisters. To be honest with you, like there's really like most of the females that I subscribe to are just women that I just kind of use for inspiration to make videos by, like this stupid girl. I don't know her name, but she's a black feminist, and she talks about dumb shit. And she made a video about how it's offensive to call a woman a girl. No, what? No, it was a video about how offensive the term female is, and she went on this kind of dumbass rant that not all women have vaginas, and she's trying yet again, like I told you before, she's trying to get minority allies and telling people, trans people are women too, trans women are women, and not all women have vaginas, there's intersex, and they do all these kind of convoluted, extraness on, intrinsic womanhood. And that's the shit that I hear too much on YouTube or in black female consciousness, whether it's being shared on Facebook as well, where it's, black female consciousness, intrinsics of And the thing is, and they're always talking about sexuality. Drink this herbal tea, drink this potion, and you know your chakras be perfectly aligned, and you'll have the best sex, and it's like you know there's always some kind of sexual magic potion, spirituality, connection. And my thing is that I don't really mind women being like that too much as long as they have a husband who is a builder. But let's be honest, women like that who are into this kind of intrinsic womanhood, or the magicalness of pagan religions, or just whatever made up shit in consciousness, they're not gonna get with men who are builders. They're not gonna get with black men like Jason Black, who are about building and talking about economics. Usually these women, these conscious women, will go after brothers like Sarah Sutanseti or brother Polite, who just make cheesy videos about how the black woman is God, and she deserves the world. But look at you, you can't even give her tangible items to make her feel special, or to make her feel like she deserves the world. All you have is your mouth and your penis, and just words. You know, you deserve the world. Yet you don't have a platform to even do it. Most races of men can easily bypass the black woman. Have sex with her and then not respect her. They don't feel obligated to respect her, unlike white women who can, they can be the most dirtiest whores, and yet you'll see races, all races or most races of men, bow down to her feet. And this could be the trashiest white woman in the world, and she'll probably get more respect than the modest black woman. But that's just the problem. The main problem that I have with conscious sisters and the rhetoric that they teach, because the thing is, those women aren't going to get with black men who are builders. You're just going to get Hotep simps who like their statuses, share their posts, and just talk about, the magicalness of Egypt, and how, women were these, and that's kind of like the thing about consciousness, is that you really don't even have to research shit. Like, you don't even really have to think hard about it. You just have to say some dumb shit that feels good. You know, I tell a woman that she's God, and now she feels good. Now she feels like, oh, yeah, the world belongs to me. But then again, you look at it, and you look at the shit, and it's like, okay, the black woman is God, but let's be honest, they don't control their own well-being. You know, black women aren't leading the community to salvation, or or preserving anything tangible. We're just putting blanket statements on bullshit and just saying, well, black women have low self-esteem, so just let's overdo the boosting. Let's just boost her head to the max. We just call her God, and you know, we tell her that she's the most valued woman, yet we don't have tangibles to make her the most valued woman. I really don't know. That's really one of the reasons why I'm not attracted to conscious women. I just really usually avoid them because they're just too magical, and it doesn't really, the things that they believe literally makes no sense, but they, they just talk in circles about, intrinsic black womanhood. And then, I'm really tired of conscious women always talking about sex. I saw some stupid post by, I guess, like some radio station, and it was on Facebook, and they were telling about Erica Badu. She made a tweet about, if women drank, um um what was it, cranberries. If women drank cranberry juice, it makes their pussy good and it'll get men addicted. And then she at the last minute she threw in some modesty talking about women need a wait, and you have to be respected first. And I'm like, yeah, this is the type of backwards logic of the Hotep community. They always want to perfect sex, and I'm like, how perfected is sex by black women? Like, let's be honest, we dated black women don't even need to be conscious to even, bring up the topic of perfecting sex and, um, pleasing their man. I'm like, how many, we did like literally hundreds of thousands of episodes, YouTube, blogs, radio talk conversations about, um, sexual superiority and, mastering the bedroom and shit, you know, but, I'm just like, like what is new to be discussed? And, can women, especially conscious women, bring up shit that needs to be discussed and, you know, to better the community when our conscious women going to talk about, drugs, are they going to talk about, tangibles, getting your black boys to become warriors. I see a lot of, cheesy talk of, black males fighting for black women and, black men need to be the protectors. But I'm like, okay, are you putting these boys in positions where they can protect you? Just a bunch of, cheesy talk and tough guyness isn't gonna cut it. But yeah, I'm not, so that's why I really just can't deal with conscious women because I don't know how anybody deals with conscious women. That's the funny thing about it. It's like, well, like, how can you be a builder and deal with a conscious woman? And I think that's probably the reason why my dad he doesn't date or hasn't been in a serious relationship, in my knowledge, for in a long time with conscious women because I noticed that his new wife is actually a Christian, very religious too, and I kind of find it interesting because even when my dad married my mom, she was a very devoted Catholic herself, and it just kind of got me thinking like how come my dad never got with a woman that was on his consciousness, Mm, that was very kind of interesting. I should ask him that, but I think he probably just knows that dealing with women on that kind of level is problematic, and it probably because women constantly, like I said before, a lot of conscious women don't want to worry about tangibles. They want to worry about um sexuality, get all these wives, get them pregnant, have all these kids because of some conspiracy to decrease the population of black men. And like I said, then you hear spirituality, um, there's that talk of spirituality. The black woman is God, and we were gods. We had powers and all that shit. And even when I look at my dad, he kind of grew out of the consciousness because he's still conscious, but it's like it's not as big of a deal as it was when in the 90s or in his early stages of kind of being Hotep. He's still into conspiracies and stuff like that, but he's not. I don't think he's as hardcore as he used to be. I think he just kind of mellowed out and just kind of like, okay. I think because I think he's realized and got to a point to where it's like, Okay, a lot of these niggas are just talking shit, you know, just a bunch of niggas talking just to get some pussy. They're just talking to get some, you know, followers or to get some money. And I think he just kind of realized that you know a lot of these conscious dudes are frauds, and so that's probably why he got out of it. But you know, it's very interesting and telling that you know my dad never got with a well, I won't say never. He probably I think he did. Yeah, he did date conscious women, but it's just kind of interesting that he never married one. But that's probably because of my dad. He knew his second wife for a while, so you know that could be a reason. You know, because they've known each other for a while, but yeah, it could be a reason. But yeah, like I couldn't really date conscious women myself because you know, thinking of the conscious women I know now, like I said before, they don't believe in tangibles. Money is evil. You know, worship the black woman. Um, you know, fuck the white man system. I don't believe in marriage. Marriage is a white man thing. And so it's just basically they're just women looking for validation because they have low self-esteem and they need to hear every good thing that you know a nigga has to say. But that's just kind of basically my video. I just really wish there were some thorough women, you know, in the black empowerment movement, but you know, we black men have made it too easy to where all a woman has to do in the movement is just be light skinned, pretty, and you know just have a banging body, and she doesn't have to know a lick of shit about you know consciousness or Egypt or whatever or white supremacy. You know, all she has to be is a good face, and then you'll have niggas worshiping her and then adding more to the foolishness. But I'm just glad that I left that stupid conscious community because I just the non-building in there is just ridiculous.